I'm Rebecca Douglas, and this is my demonstration speech, and I have a 3-person audience. There are many different types of knives. There are cooking knives, hunting knives, and combat knives. Most people are comfortable with cooking knives because that's what we have in our kitchens. I have always enjoyed cooking, and most recently I've been interested in knife cuts. I learned most of my techniques from Food Network, and particularly watching Worst Cooks in America because they demonstrate everything that they do. Knives have been around for a very long time, and the Escoffer School of the Culinary Arts said that the first culinary arts school was established in 1879 in Boston, and it was mostly a woman's school to learn techniques for the home. Today I will demonstrate for you how to choose a proper knife, proper hand placement while cutting, and the batonnet cut. I will first begin with choosing a chef's knife. A chef's knife should be about 8 inches long, but they can be between 6 and 12. And it is a heavier knife that most people are not used to compared to a steak knife or a paring knife. The New West Knife Works says that there are 2 different types of chef's knives. One is German, and it is used for a rocking motion. And then the other is Japanese, and it's for more of a slicing motion back and forth. And really, it's up to your preference which one you want, but if you're going to get a cheaper chef's knife, most of them are a combination of the 2, so you don't really have to worry about it. And then the last thing with choosing a chef's knife is the sharpness, because if you have a dull knife, you'll try to apply more pressure when cutting, and the knife will slip and you'll probably injure yourself. So choosing a chef's knife is really up to your own preferences and what you're comfortable with. I will now move on to proper hand placement while cutting. So you should hold the knife in your dominant hand, and don't hold it up here on the blade when you're trying to cut. Only hold on the handle. And then with your other hand, you're going to want to make this claw and hold your pinky finger in and your thumb in so you're nowhere near the blade. So you're going to put it here to hold the food down. And then your middle knuckle should be up against the top of the blade when you cut to guide it. So you're always touching the blade, and you're never going to cut your finger as long as it's at the top. So proper hand placement is important for safety and full control of the knife. I will now move on to the batonnet cut, which is 1/4 by 1/4 by 2 to 3 inch sticks. First we will begin with a peeled potato, and we want to square the potato off so that all the cuts will be the same. So we will cut off the ends and cut off the sides to try to get them flat. And then we have a squared off potato. We now need to get to this rectangle, so we need 1/4 of an inch cuts. So we'll just go down like that, and we'll have our rectangles. Now we need the sticks, so we again make 1/4 inch cuts. And then we have our sticks, and the batonnet cut is a larger cut, mainly used to add height to a dish and mostly for side dishes. So the batonnet cut is a stick that's 1/4 by 1/4 by 2 to 3 inches. I hope you have learned something today and that you apply this into your own cooking, because I have demonstrated how to choose a knife, how to properly hold the knife, and what to do with your other hand, and the batonnet cut. And I know I said that choosing a knife is about your preferences and what you are comfortable with doing, but it's also about your budget, because knives can be very expensive. TheKitchen.com has a list of excellent knives that range from $10 to $330. I myself would one day like to have a knife between probably $50 and $130. So again, I hope you have learned something about knives and knife cuts, and that you apply this to your own cooking, because everyone needs to have their own knowledge of basic knife techniques. And these are my citations.